in this for the long haul. The home program, the $2 billion plan to build, preserve, and restore 30,000 units of housing for Philadelphians. That's how we make progress. Is this type of program that broadens who can own a home or repair the home that they already live in. Our home program, it will be transformative in terms of creating economic mobility for all Philadelphians. And I want you to know we are excited about being able to deliver it for Philadelphia. Next is public safety. Council 33, I'm talking to the workers. I'm talking to you. I know you because I represented you all of my life.
Women are out on this line to see substantial change in regards to their wages. They absolutely need to have the ability to live and be able to thrive inside the city. And right now, with the wages that they're receiving, they're not truly able to be able to do that. Subpar wages or poor working wages, when you do get the opportunity to acquire a home, you still have to be able to afford the utilities in that home, and you still have to be able to afford the groceries that go along with being living in that home.
The union says there are other sticking points that they are working through, including the issue of hazard pay for its workers picking up dangerous trash, like injection needles in areas like Kensington.
Next is public safety. Crime is down. Homicides declined by 37% last year. Shootings are down 36%. That's something to be proud of. In Philadelphia, this is important to note. These trends are continuing. Homicides are down 14.6% through the first 5 months of this year. We are making progress, Philadelphia.
Searching for a pair of violent robbery suspects, and they believe the incidents may be hate crimes.
Action News' Maggie Kent live for us right now in studio with a look at those suspects and Maggie, new details about this case.
3 incidents in 2 days' time, actually. Philadelphia police are now working this case, looking for these 2 men who they say beat and robbed victims ranging in age anywhere from 62 to just 16 years old. Investigators are putting out a warning now to those who are in Chinatown.
It would appear that the offenders were specifically targeting males of Asian descent, which would, of course, make these hate crimes. When we catch these individuals, they will also be charged with ethnic intimidation along with robbery and related offenses.
And detectives say that they were able to track these 2 men from Chinatown all the way up to West Philadelphia, the 60th and Market Street area, as they rode SEPTA after allegedly carrying out these brutal attacks. 2 of the violent beatings targeting Asian men happened on June 14th. Another happened June 16th, all in the areas between 8th and 9th and Arch and Cherry Streets, right there in the heart of Chinatown. The first 2 victims were robbed of their wallets, and the most recent, just 16 years old, was robbed of a $5 bill after being attacked and beaten on the sidewalk.
Shared vehicle is now the focus of a murder investigation. A man was ambushed by several masked gunmen and killed in a hail of gunfire. It is Monday night. I'm Gray Hall. Shari has the night off. The big story on Action News is a search for several gunmen who targeted a man while he was with his pregnant girlfriend. Nearly 3 dozen shots were fired, killing the man. Action News reporter Brianna Gallagher following the story for us. She's live there outside Philadelphia Police Headquarters with the very latest on what we're learning about this shooting investigation. Brianna.
Yeah, Gray. Well, neighbors tell me the victim's girlfriend, she's pregnant. When they walked outside for their ride share, 3 men showed up, all in masks, and started shooting. Philadelphia police were called to the 700 block of Jericho Street just after 3:30 for a shooting. A woman who neighbors tell Action News is the victim's pregnant girlfriend was crying on the ground next to him.
Just saying, yeah, they just came out, they just shot him. came out of nowhere type deal. I was inside.
Boaz Kim was one of the neighbors who heard the gunshots and called 911.
Around 3:30 or so, I just heard really loud banging.
I just hear the gunshot, that's it.
According to police, an adult male victim was rushed to Temple Hospital and pronounced dead shortly after. Neighbors tell Action News 3 men in masks fired at the victim. At least 32 shell casings were left behind. 1 bullet struck the rear passenger door.
Rapid fire.
Quick.
Yes, very quick.
Ring video captures groups of neighbors rushing in to help after the shooting.
It's scary here in Philadelphia. It's crazy out here.
She said that she was being walked out by him to her Uber car. Right when they opened up the door of the Uber, then 3 masked people came out and just shot and then drove away.
So far, no arrests have been made. Homicide is now investigating. We're live outside of Philadelphia Police Headquarters. Brianna Gallagher, for Action News at 10 on PHL 17.
Following breaking news overnight, police say a driver slammed an SUV into striking city workers in Port Richmond and then took off. Officers were able to catch up to the suspected driver while 2 of the workers were rushed to the hospital. Action News reporter Corey Davis is live at the scene on Delaware Avenue with the details this morning. Corey, this is just another wrench in what's been happening here with the city workers who've been striking, and now their lives are on the line.
Aliana, good morning. That's the last thing they expected to happen. We're being told a man accused of driving drunk hit those 2 sanitation workers who were sitting out here on the picket line, sitting in chairs, actually, just like a lot of these workers are doing right now when that happened. We want to give you a look there at the Chevy Tahoe SUV police say this accused drunk driver was behind the wheel of. The hit and run happened just before 11:30 last night outside the sanitation center here and drop-off site on North Delaware Avenue where the workers are currently on strike. Police say the driver, a 40-year-old man, hit the victims and then continued down the sidewalk for about 100 feet before making a U-turn. Police say he passed by the scene again and then turned onto Castor Avenue. Officers quickly put out a description of the SUV. They found it a half a mile away with alcohol inside.
In about 2 minutes' time after the accident, they stopped the vehicle in the 3000 block of Castor Avenue and took the 40-year-old driver into custody and also a male passenger into custody. But the 40-year-old driver of the striking vehicle appeared to be intoxicated. Inside the vehicle, we found some containers of alcohol, some sealed and some were open.
You on strike? You crossing the line. I'm not worried about none of that. I'm not worried about none of that. I'm not worried about none of that. This is a strike zone. It's a strike zone. Come on, man. We're on strike. It's a strike line. Come on with that, man. You know the rules, bro. I got you. You know the rules, man. Right, come on, man. We on strike, my man. We on strike, man. We not moving nothing. We not moving nothing. We on strike. And that's what it is. That's what it is, man. Respectfully, my man. Respectfully, we on strike. Respectfully. Tell it to the police. I will. Respectfully, we on strike. We not moving. Tell that to the mayor. It's the mayor's fault, not ours. It's the mayor's fault. We not doing that, man. We not doing that. We on strike, man. And that's what we gonna do till we get a fair contract, man. Come on, man. Respectfully, bro. Respect us, man.
On the death of a Philadelphia sanitation worker shot while on the job. Police today released the identities of 2 men in connection to last month's murder. Arrest warrants have been issued for Nushar Scott and Rasheen Trusty. They say Scott is also wanted in another homicide last year. Investigators also shared this surveillance video showing one of those suspects. Now, the sanitation worker, Ikeem Johnson, was killed exactly 1 month ago in Mayfair.
A 18-year-old has died after an ambush shooting took place in South Philadelphia. He was murdered just steps away from the Christian Street YMCA along the 900 block of 17th Street. Action News reporter Sharifa Jackson live near that scene with an update. Sharifa, heartbreaking to report another shooting in the city of Philadelphia.
Right, Gray. And at this time, crime scene investigators, they're wrapping up. They have been here for hours at the scene where they say at least 20 shots were fired. Again, police, they are calling this a straight ambush. The victim walking along the sidewalk when three men unloaded a barrage of bullets, killing that 18-year-old. Police say this all happened within a matter of minutes and in broad daylight. It's the shots heard around Graduate Hospital. This family with the stroller seen running for cover. The target of the bullets, an 18-year-old, police say was walking down the street with at least 5 other people, including a youth counselor. The teen ambushed at the intersection of 17th and Christian Streets just after 7 p.m. Police say the whole thing was captured on surveillance video.
3 males, shooters, were armed with guns, one with what appeared to be a high-powered rifle and 2 with handguns. All 3 fired at the decedent, striking him multiple times. It appears even after he was down that they continued firing.
Police say no one else was injured. A targeted shooting where investigators marked at least 30 evidence markers. Police say the 18-year-old died a short time later at the hospital.
Working out, I was about to do my next thing, and then one of the guys that worked, they just said, hey, we got to close up, there's an emergency, and then get home safe.
The shooting caused the abrupt closure of nearby YMCA and shocked neighbors as they returned home from work.
It's just very concerning. You don't ever think it's going to happen on your block, and sure enough, there's like this poor victim right outside my home.
Tonight, police are looking for the shooters who drove off in that Dodge Durango and the possible connection to another shooting a short time later on Napa Street. A home was shot 6 times. No one else was hurt.
It appears that similar types of rifle rounds were used there. Given the proximity of time and the proximity of locations, we're looking at and exploring the possibility that they may be connected in some way.
This morning, a teenager is fighting for their life after a mass shooting at a bus stop, and 7 other teens are also recovering.
This is the 4th shooting in 4 days involving a SEPTA bus, which means 11 students have been shot on their way or to school. Just really sad stuff here. We have team coverage all morning long. Tyrone Sharper, he's live in our studio. He will take a look at how SEPTA and Philadelphia police are working together.
That's right. But first, let's get out to Alyssa Cristelli live. She has the surveillance video from this shooting. Alyssa, just another terrible situation.
Jimmy and Amanda, and we are right across the street from where that shooting happened near Cotman and Rising Sun Avenues. Now, there is a police presence here right now, and I've been continuing to see a lot of SEPTA buses coming through the area with police nearby. I've even seen some students getting on and off of those buses. Now, this is where those 3 suspects pulled up before jumping out of a car and firing more than 30 shots at teenagers and then running. Now, police say one of those 8 teens is in critical condition this morning, but we want to get to this surveillance video you're seeing. Now, police say these 3 suspects hopped out of this dark blue Hyundai Sonata around 3 p.m. yesterday as students were waiting at a bus stop here near Rising Sun and Cotman Avenues in Burholm. Now, you'll see them pull up outside of this Dunkin' Donuts, and then police say as the bus pulls up, the suspects get out and start shooting at the students as they're boarding more than 30 times. Now, 8 students were shot, police say, from the ages of 15 to 17. A 16-year-old boy was hit 9 times, and he is in critical condition this morning. Now, those other 7 students we're told are stable this morning at either Einstein Medical Center or Jefferson Torresdale Hospitals. 2 SEPTA buses also hit during that shooting, but no reports of any injuries to those passengers. Now, I spoke with one resident here who said he initially hoped that the area would be a safe place to live in.
It's definitely crazy out here nowadays. I actually just moved from down here about last year. I used to stay right down across from the post office because the area got bad. And I actually moved from Germantown to move to the Northeast thinking it was a better, safer area, but it really is not. It's not. It's just unfortunate because it hasn't even gotten hot yet. And we're already dealing with crazy shootings and killings, still in the winter season.
Well, this video shows the suspect speeding off in that car, and you can see it's missing an H emblem on the front grille, and it has paper tags with a Penn State license plate frame. Now, Mayor Cheryl Parker says they are pouring everything into finding the shooters.
At 4, a mother terrorized in front of her children. She's robbed at gunpoint by a masked man, and now she is talking about this frightening ordeal.
It keeps playing in my head. My children, please don't hurt my mommy. Please don't hurt my mommy. That breaks my heart.
Well, police are certainly hoping someone recognizes the gunman that you're about to see in this video so they can bring justice to that mom. Good afternoon to you, everyone. I'm Natasha Brown.
And I'm Siafa Lewis. Police say the owner was closing the restaurant with her children present when the man entered the store, pointed a gun at her, and demanded money from the register. Josh Sanders is at police headquarters after speaking with the owner. Good afternoon, Josh.
Hey, good afternoon, Siafa and Natasha. Yeah, the video is hard to watch. It's horrific, but Shoshana Williams tells me her faith has kept her grounded ever since this happened. She hopes justice will be served.
Every time it just plays back in my head, like my kids was just screaming, please don't hurt my mommy, please don't hurt my mommy. So it's tough on the kids.
Shoshana Williams has held her 3 youngest children a little closer after the 4 of them came face to face with a gunman late Saturday night.
My son is 10, my daughter she just turned 11, and my baby's 3. And he did that right in front of my kids.
Williams has co-owned her restaurant and banquet hall with her oldest daughter for 7 years, serving a mix of Jamaican and American cuisine. Saturday night, she was closing down the restaurant around 9 p.m. when the masked gunman came in and demanded money.
Had a gun in front of me pointing at me. I said, just take whatever you want. Just don't hurt me or hurt my kids.
I couldn't imagine, not only as a law enforcement officer, but more so as a parent of 3 young children, what was going through this poor woman's mind.
Police released the video in hopes that someone recognizes the gunman.
The video has some pretty good shots of some distinct clothing, in particular the individual's pants with the white stripe on them.
I'll do the pepper steak.
As Williams opened her restaurant today, Raymond Push was there to show her support after seeing the video with a message for Williams.
Don't be afraid. Don't give up. The community, the city. I don't live in this neighborhood, but the city is behind her. I hope that's what, this transaction will, convey.
Williams says her faith has kept her grounded as she seeks justice for her family.
You can do all things through God who strengthens you. So I'm a firm believer in God, and I just want justice to be served.
Just yesterday, another Philadelphia teenager, 16-year-old Isaiah Williams, died from gun violence. His family and friends gathering to remember him tonight. And Action News reporter Leland Pinder is at police headquarters with the story.
1, 2, 3.
Balloons filled the sky and emotions ran high as dozens remembered a teen gunned down in West Philadelphia.
When is this going to stop? Who is going to stop this?
16-year-old Isaiah Williams was shot near 41st and Lancaster early Thursday morning. He later died at the hospital.
It's hard for us. It's hard for us to have to bury a baby. And that was my baby. That was my right-hand man.
As school has ended and summer begins, the community is activated to combat violence and criminal behavior among the city's youth.
Salvation Army Croc Center, it's a beacon of hope for people to come off the streets inside to a safe community and have something to do. These kids need something to do.
Many attended the Salvation Army's Spread Love, Not Bullets gun violence awareness event this week. It was a symposium of workshops and a place to get connected to ongoing resources and activities in a safe place.
I pray every day about this stuff that it will stop. It's not good to get used to people dying and stuff.
The city has also opened 6 CERC or community event resource centers, open daily from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. to keep youth engaged and out of harm's way.
Hear me very clearly. We will not tolerate bad behavior this summer.
City leaders say a curfew that is in effect will be enforced. 13 and under must be home by 9:30, 14 to 17 by 10 p.m.
It shouldn't be this way. Y'all need to put these guns down. Pick these books up.
Back in West Philadelphia, a motive for Isaiah's killing has not been released and no arrests have been made.
You did what you did. Just turn yourself in. Just turn yourself in.
Education. We're making significant investments in our children in the school district of Philadelphia. In just my first 18 months in office, I'm proud to have been able to deliver on half of my 4-year promise to increase the percentage of our property taxes going to schools by 3%. And I've only been here, Philadelphia, for 18 months, and we are already halfway there. Some of you noticed that last year, we opened 25 extended year schools for our children so that they can gain access to pre and after school educational enrichment programs. Why? Because all of the data shows that it gives children a chance to grow and achieve. Well, I'm proud to inform you that this year we're adding 15 more extended day, extended year schools for a total of 40 traditional and charter schools where our children are getting before and after school assistance.
Tonight, the Justice Department is announcing a first-of-its-kind criminal charges against the School District of Philadelphia. Criminal charges over the district's handling of asbestos in schools. But the Justice Department and the district are agreeing to a deal to give the district more time to sort it all out. Our Don Timoney live in the newsroom with the details here. And Don, we know asbestos has been a problem in Philly schools for years.
Absolutely, it has, Jason. The Department of Justice says this is the first time in the nation a school district has been criminally charged with this type of environmental violation, and the first time criminal violations under the Asbestos Hazard Emergency Response Act have been brought against a public entity.
Today, the board will be voting on a resolution from the school district to enter into a deferred prosecution agreement with the United States to resolve an ongoing investigation that commenced in 2020. Concerning the school district's management of asbestos.
The Philadelphia School Board commenting at tonight's board meeting after the Justice Department announced criminal charges against it regarding its handling of asbestos in its schools. Both the district and the DOJ say this is a deferred prosecution agreement, giving the district 5 years to address the problem, at which point the Justice Department can drop the charges. Federal law requires school districts safeguard their schools from airborne toxins like asbestos and timely inspection and remediation. Asbestos is a cancer-causing substance used in construction and insulation until the 70s. Of the district's 339 buildings, 300 are known to contain asbestos. It's wrapped around pipes, in floor tiles, and in plaster. It becomes a health hazard when disturbed and has long plagued Philly schools. The district now charged with failing to conduct timely inspections at Meredith Elementary, Building 21 Alternative High School, Southwark Elementary, Mitchell Elementary, C.W. Henry Elementary, Universal Vare Charter School, and Frankfurt High School. The investigation found widespread problems of asbestos that endangered students and teachers, and in some cases required closure, like Frankfurt High. The report lists 31 school buildings that had asbestos problems from April 2015 to November of 2023. Some schools had multiple areas of damage. In the worst instances, the schools had to be shuttered. The investigation also uncovered some instances in which damaged asbestos was improperly addressed, including the use of duct tape to cover it up. The district says it accepts responsibility and says the government recognizes its significant progress and commitment to make improvements.
This agreement recognizes the work that has been done, especially under Dr. Watling's administration, to bring the school district into compliance, which it is now.
And Fred, the elementary school behind me is one of 7 where the DOJ says the district did not do timely inspections. Today, I asked the superintendent why that happened.
Administrator.
Yes.
Thank you. Action item 15.
An agreement between Philadelphia's school district and the Department of Justice after the DOJ filed criminal charges saying the district failed to, quote, timely inspect, remediate, and report damaged asbestos in multiple city schools.
Hi, Superintendent Watlington. We wanted to catch you quickly on the asbestos.
I caught up with the school superintendent in City Hall.
Can you just explain how it got to this point, why things weren't done when they should have been?
We won't comment on that at this time, other than to say that we're sure pleased that after a long process, we're pleased that the Board of Education reached an agreement with the Department of Justice, and we're also pleased that we are current in our inspections at present.
For parents who may be alarmed at watching all of this play out, what can you tell them? Are kids safe in schools today, and have they been safe throughout this whole process?
I can tell you that we're current with all of our federally required inspections in all district-owned buildings, and we're really pleased that the progress the district has made, and we appreciate the Department of Justice for recognizing that in this and we're pleased that we've settled that agreement.
Were there periods of time, though, where you think kids might not have been safe, staff might not have been safe?
We won't comment on more on that at this time, but we'll be glad to talk more about that at the appropriate time.
Superintendent Dr. Tony Watlington had just wrapped a news conference today with the mayor, announcing 15 schools that will offer free before and after school care and camp opportunities this summer. Just one more thing, and the schools that you're talking about that are being used, is that going to impact any of your inspections at all because you're using them over the summer?
We're going to continue to do the good work we're doing, and we're pleased that we've resolved this issue with the Department of Justice. Thank you.
For years, this will be the largest pay increase proposal of any Philadelphia mayor in 30 years, and I want you to know I am proud of that. No mayor in 30 years of District Council 33 are doing as well. And it is precisely what our forefathers asked of their fellow Americans on July 4th, 1776. To me, that is the true spirit of Independence Day. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Philadelphia, and God bless the United States of America.
It is possible to make the argument that Thomas Jefferson is the first person to truly articulate a theory of race in the United States, and in effect he has to do so. He has said in the Declaration of Independence that we are all created equal. Well, if in fact we're all created equal, and if in fact we're entitled to our liberty, then how can he possibly own 175 slaves and going up to about 225 slaves at the peak of his slaveholding?
In notes, Jefferson's words appeared to justify slavery at a time when many were admonishing the Founding Fathers for espousing freedom, while continuing to support a system of human bondage.
The problem that they had to figure out is, how can we promote liberty, freedom, democracy on the one hand, and a system of slavery and exploitation of peoples who are non-white on the other?
And the way you do that is to say, yeah, but there's something different about these people. This whole business of inalienable rights, that's fine, but it only applies to certain people.
The moment when we become a nation is critical for our understanding of both American nationality and race. We accept the notion that all men are created equal, but then perhaps some of those people who are enslaved are not quite men.
All these other people on the planet are people of color. And the men, just like the founding fathers. Did you hear the term? See, black people, we don't need to say founding fathers. We need to talk about the founding fathers, the Thomas Jeffersons, the George Washingtons, and all of those slaveholders who were raping and taking sexual advantage of black women.
And it is precisely what our forefathers asked of their fellow Americans on July 4th, 1776. To me, that is the true spirit of Independence Day. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Philadelphia, and God bless the United States of America. You. I now have another extremely important thing to talk about today. Many of you have heard me speak about my goal of creating one Philly, a united city, a vision that I'm very passionate about for our great city. And in keeping with the spirit of that vision, I am proud to continue on with the One Philly Award. We created this award last year to bestow on Independence Day. And the idea is that this award, being given once a year on the 4th of July, will be bestowed upon a Philadelphian who best demonstrates the qualities that we seek in the Parker administration. Civic mindedness. We're Philadelphia Phillies. Give our Phillies a round of applause. Go Phils. 1,001% clear. Traveling to the Eagles game today is essential travel. If you are driving, just go slow, but get there. If you are catching SEPTA and mass transit, just get on mass transit and get there. But making it to our Philadelphia Eagles game on today is essential. Thank you all so very much. And we now want to take some questions. Any? Well, listen, we've got to do this. Let me hear you all say, E-L-G-S-E-S, Eagles! We want to take some questions. Any? Well, listen, we've got to do this. Let me hear you all say,
Transportation Center on Pennsylvania Avenue by the 109 stop for an unconscious black male. I'm in